seniors, most people believe that vegetables are always safe, always natural, and always good for your health, especially as you age. But what if one of the most common vegetables sitting in your kitchen right now was quietly increasing your risk of stroke while you sleep? No pain, no warning, no signal that something is wrong. Just a slow, invisible process happening inside your body. And if you are over 65, this is where it becomes dangerous, because your body does not recover the way it used to. Your blood vessels become more sensitive. Your circulation becomes more fragile. And small, hidden changes can lead to serious consequences. Doctors have started to notice a pattern. Something subtle, but consistent among older adults who suffer from sudden circulation problems, especially during the night when the body is supposed to be recovering instead of repairing itself. The body is being pushed into a state of silent stress and inflammation. And one of the triggers behind this is not sugar, not salt, but a vegetable that millions of seniors eat almost every day without thinking twice about it. This is what makes it so dangerous. You do not feel it happening. There is no immediate reaction, no discomfort, no clear sign that something is wrong. But inside your body, your blood vessels can begin to stiffen. Your circulation can slow down, and the risk of clots can quietly increase. And when that happens, during the night when your body is resting, your brain becomes more vulnerable to a sudden interruption of blood flow. And that is exactly how many strokes begin, silently, unexpectedly, and without warning. And here is the part that most people never hear. By the time symptoms appear, the damage may already be done. A slight weakness in the legs, a moment of dizziness, a feeling that your balance is not what it used to be. These are not random signs. They are often the result of changes that have been building quietly over time. And the truth is, many seniors continue eating the same foods every day, believing they are making healthy choices, when in reality, they may be accelerating these hidden risks. But there is good news, and this is important. There are simple changes that can protect your body, strengthen your circulation, and reduce these risks significantly without complicated diets or extreme routines. Just small, consistent choices that support your body instead of working against it. And in this video, you are going to discover exactly what to avoid and what to start including in your daily meals to protect your brain, your heart, and your ability to move freely with confidence. So stay with me, because what you are about to understand can completely change how you see your daily meals, especially at night when your body becomes more vulnerable to hidden imbalances that most people ignore without realizing the long-term consequences building inside them. Let us start with a vegetable that has been raising concern among doctors, one that seems harmless but can have a surprising impact on your circulation after 65. Number 1, white potatoes. For decades, white potatoes have been considered a simple comfort food, easy to prepare, affordable, and familiar, especially for older adults who grew up eating them regularly. Mashed, baked, or fried, they are present in countless meals, and for many seniors, they feel like a safe, reliable choice. But what most people do not realize is that white potatoes can have a powerful effect on blood sugar levels, especially when consumed in the evening. White potatoes have a high glycemic index, which means they are quickly broken down into sugar in the bloodstream. This causes a rapid spike in blood glucose, followed by a sharp drop. And for older adults, this kind of fluctuation can place significant stress on the vascular system. When blood sugar rises quickly, it can damage the inner lining of blood vessels, making them less flexible and more prone to inflammation. And over time, this repeated stress can contribute to the narrowing of arteries and reduced circulation. During the night, this becomes even more critical. Your body is in a state of rest and repair. But if your blood sugar levels are unstable, your body shifts into a stress response instead of healing. Your heart rate can increase slightly. Your blood vessels may constrict, and your blood can become thicker, increasing the risk of clot formation. And for someone over 65, this creates a perfect environment for circulation issues that can lead to stroke, especially during sleep when symptoms go unnoticed. But the impact does not stop there. Frequent spikes in blood sugar are also linked to nerve damage, particularly in the legs and feet. This can reduce sensitivity and balance, making falls more likely during the day. And as circulation worsens, muscles receive less oxygen and nutrients, leading to weakness, slower reflexes, and a gradual loss of mobility. This is why many doctors are now advising older adults to be more mindful about when and how they consume white potatoes, especially in the evening when the body is most vulnerable to these fluctuations. Reducing intake or replacing them with lower glycemic alternatives can make a meaningful difference in protecting circulation and maintaining stable energy levels throughout the night. As we look deeper into daily eating habits, it becomes clear that some foods that feel familiar and harmless can quietly interfere with the body in ways that are not immediately visible. And understanding these hidden effects is one of the most important steps toward protecting long-term health and maintaining independence as the years go on. As we continue looking at everyday foods that seem harmless but may quietly affect your health, there is another vegetable that deserves close attention, not because it looks unhealthy, but because it is often recommended as part of a balanced diet. And yet for many older adults, it can slowly increase internal inflammation without obvious warning signs. Number 2, eggplant. Eggplant is widely known for its rich texture and versatility in cooking. It is often included in healthy recipes, and many people believe it supports heart health. However, for some seniors, especially those with sensitive joints or underlying inflammation, eggplant can have an unexpected effect on the body. Eggplant belongs to a group of vegetables known as nightshades. These vegetables naturally contain compounds called alkaloids, which, in certain individuals, may trigger or worsen inflammation, particularly in the joints and soft tissues. This does not happen overnight, and it does not cause immediate pain for everyone. But over time, for older adults whose bodies are already more vulnerable to inflammatory responses, this can gradually lead to stiffness, discomfort, and reduced mobility. Inflammation in the body is rarely loud at first. It builds quietly and spreads slowly, affecting blood vessels, joints, and even the nervous system. When inflammation increases, circulation can become less efficient. Blood vessels may lose flexibility, and muscles may not receive the oxygen they need to function properly. This can lead to subtle changes, such as slower walking, reduced balance, and a feeling that the body is not responding the way it used to. For seniors, this becomes especially important because even small changes in mobility can increase the risk of falls and injuries that take longer to heal. Eggplant may not be the sole cause of these changes, but when consumed frequently and combined with other inflammatory triggers, it can contribute to a pattern that slowly weakens the body over time. Another factor to consider is digestion. As we age, the digestive system becomes less efficient, and certain foods can create mild irritation in the gut. Eggplant for some individuals can be harder to digest, leading to subtle discomfort that may not be immediately associated with what was eaten, but still affects overall well-being and energy levels. This does not mean that every person should completely avoid eggplant, but it does mean that awareness is important. Paying attention to how your body responds after eating certain foods can reveal patterns that might otherwise go unnoticed. Reducing intake or balancing it with anti-inflammatory foods can help support a more stable internal environment. What makes this particularly relevant is that many seniors rely on routine. They eat the same meals every day, believing consistency is the safest option. But when certain foods are contributing to inflammation, even in small ways, that consistency can slowly work against them rather than supporting their health. Understanding how these subtle factors influence your body allows you to make more informed choices without needing drastic changes or restrictive diets. Small adjustments can lead to meaningful improvements in how you feel, move, and function each day, especially when it comes to protecting circulation and maintaining strength in the legs and feet, which are essential for independence and confidence as you age. And as these patterns become clearer, it becomes easier to recognize that protecting your health is not about eliminating everything familiar, but about choosing wisely and adjusting what no longer serves your body in the way it once did. As these patterns begin to make more sense, there is one more common vegetable that deserves attention. Not because it looks harmful, but because of how it can affect the body over time, especially when eaten frequently and without awareness of its long-term impact. Number 3. Canned corn. Corn is one of the most widely consumed vegetables in the world. It is affordable, easy to prepare, and often seen as a simple addition to meals, especially for older adults who prefer foods that are familiar and convenient. But when it comes to canned corn, there is an important detail that many people overlook, and that is how it is processed and how it interacts with the body. Canned corn often contains added sodium and preservatives that are used to extend shelf life and enhance flavor. While this may not seem like a major concern at first for seniors, this combination can quietly affect blood pressure and fluid balance in the body over time. Excess sodium can lead to increased pressure within blood vessels, forcing the heart to work harder and placing strain on the entire circulatory system. When blood pressure remains elevated even slightly over long periods, it can damage the inner lining of blood vessels, making them more rigid and less responsive. This reduces the ability of blood to flow smoothly, especially to the extremities such as the legs and feet. And for older adults, this can mean colder limbs, slower healing, and a higher risk of circulation-related complications. But there is another layer to consider. Corn itself has a relatively high carbohydrate content, which can contribute to fluctuations in blood sugar levels, particularly when consumed in larger portions or combined with other processed foods. These fluctuations can increase oxidative stress within the body, further affecting blood vessels and contributing to inflammation. During the night, when the body is supposed to recover and stabilize these imbalances, can interfere with normal processes. Instead of allowing the cardiovascular system to rest and repair, the body may remain in a slightly elevated state of stress, increasing the risk of unwanted events that develop quietly while a person is asleep. For seniors, this matters because the body becomes less efficient at regulating these internal changes. What might have been easily managed at a younger age can now create subtle but meaningful strain over time. And when multiple small factors like sodium intake, blood sugar variation, and inflammation begin to overlap, the cumulative effect can become significant. This is why many health professionals encourage older adults to choose fresh or minimally processed alternatives whenever possible. Fresh corn, prepared without added salt, or vegetables with lower glycemic impact can provide nourishment without placing unnecessary stress on the body. Simple changes like rinsing canned vegetables or reducing portion sizes can also help minimize potential risks. What is important to understand is that no single food is responsible for declining health, but patterns matter. Daily habits repeated over months and years shape how the body functions and how well it is able to adapt to the natural challenges of aging. Recognizing these patterns gives you the opportunity to make adjustments that support your body rather than slowly working against it. And when these adjustments are combined with supportive choices that actively protect circulation and strengthen the body, the difference can be felt not only in physical health, but in confidence, energy, and overall quality of life. As awareness grows, it becomes easier to see that maintaining health is not about perfection. It is about balance, attention, and the willingness to adapt habits as the body changes over time. As we move forward, it becomes clear that protecting your health is not only about avoiding what may harm you, but also about actively choosing what can strengthen your body, support your circulation, and preserve your independence over time. And there is one vegetable in particular that stands out as a powerful ally, especially for adults over 65. Number 4. Spinach. Spinach may seem simple at first glance, just another leafy green, often used in salads or lightly cooked meals. But for older adults, it carries a remarkable set of benefits that directly support some of the most vulnerable systems in the body as we age, especially circulation, brain function, and muscle performance. One of the most important compounds found in spinach is natural nitrates. These compounds help the body produce nitric oxide, which plays a key role in relaxing and widening blood vessels. When blood vessels are more flexible, circulation improves, allowing oxygen and nutrients to reach muscles and organs more efficiently. And for seniors, this can make a meaningful difference in daily energy levels, strength, and coordination. As circulation improves, muscles receive the support they need to remain responsive and stable, particularly in the legs and feet, which are essential for balance and mobility. Stronger circulation means stronger steps and a reduced risk of the small instabilities that can lead to falls. Over time, this is not something that happens overnight, but with consistent intake, spinach can help maintain the systems that keep the body moving safely and confidently. Spinach also supports brain health in a way that many people underestimate. It contains nutrients such as folate and lutein, which are linked to better cognitive function and slower mental decline as we age. Maintaining clarity of thought is not just about memory. It is about decision-making, awareness, and the ability to react quickly in everyday situations, all of which contribute to safety and independence. Another important benefit of spinach is its role in protecting vision, something that often declines gradually without immediate notice. Lutein and related compounds help protect the eyes from oxidative stress, reducing the risk of age-related vision problems that can affect depth perception and balance. When vision is clear, movement becomes more precise, and the risk of accidents decreases. Preparation also plays a role in maximizing these benefits. Lightly cooking spinach or incorporating it into meals in a way that preserves its nutrients can make it easier for the body to absorb what it offers. Overcooking can reduce some of its valuable properties. So keeping it simple and gentle in preparation is often the best approach. What makes spinach especially valuable is how it works across multiple systems at once, supporting circulation, cognition, and vision simultaneously. This kind of support is essential for older adults because these systems are interconnected. When one improves, the others often follow, creating a more stable and resilient overall condition, including spinach regularly in your diet is not about following a strict rule. It is about giving your body consistent support in areas that naturally weaken with age. And over time, these small supportive choices can help maintain strength, balance, and clarity, allowing you to continue living with confidence and independence. As these positive habits begin to take shape, the body responds in subtle but meaningful ways. Energy becomes more stable, movements feel more secure, and the sense of control over daily life becomes stronger, reinforcing the idea that even simple foods can have a powerful impact when chosen with awareness. As everything comes together, it becomes clear that the difference between losing strength and maintaining independence is often built on small, daily decisions repeated over time. Not dramatic changes, not extreme diets, but quiet, consistent choices that either support your body or slowly work against it. And the truth is, most people do not notice the impact of these choices until the effects have already begun to show. What you eat every day is not just fuel, it is information. It tells your body how to function, how to repair, and how to respond to the natural process of aging. And when that information supports stability, circulation, and balance, the body responds by maintaining strength, clarity, and mobility even as the years go by. Avoiding certain vegetables that may increase stress on your system, while adding those that actively support blood flow and reduce inflammation, creates a powerful shift, not overnight, but steadily and reliably. And this is what matters most, especially after 65, when the body becomes more sensitive to both positive and negative influences. Many people look for complex solutions or miracle answers, but the reality is much simpler. Your daily habits shape your future far more than any single intervention. Every meal becomes an opportunity to either protect your independence or slowly give it away without realizing it. And once that perspective changes, the way you approach food begins to change as well. This is not about fear. It is about awareness, understanding how your body responds, and making adjustments that respect its needs as they evolve with time. Because maintaining the ability to walk steadily, think clearly, and move with confidence is not something that should be left to chance. It is something that can be supported with intention every single day. If this information helped you, take a moment to reflect on one small change you can start today. Something simple, something realistic that you can repeat consistently. Because it is these small actions that build real, lasting results over time. Share this with someone who may need to hear it. And if you want more practical guidance to stay strong, independent, and clear-minded as you age, make sure to subscribe and continue learning how to support your body in the years ahead. Remember, aging does not have to mean losing control. With the right habits, you can continue to build strength, stability, and competence, one day at a time. And the choice to begin is always in your hands.